Hello, everyone. My name is Pankaj Kumar, and I am working as a Principal Product Manager with Data Protection Group at Veritas. My last video was focused on what is new in APTARE IT Analytics 10.6. So if you have missed it, you can find the link for that video in the description box below. For today's video, once again, I have with me Rajiv Mankar, Principal Product Manager for APTARE IT Analytics. He'll talk about the file analytics enhancements made in APTARE 10.6. Hello, Rajiv, and thank you so much for joining this session.
Hi, Pankaj. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me over here to this video series.
Great. So, Rajiv, first and foremost, we have been hearing a lot about net new features of APTARE 10.6 that was released on May 3rd, 2021. The file analytics enhancement seems to be an interesting one. So could you please elaborate on that and also share the customer use cases it addresses?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, as you rightly mentioned, we did offer a lot net new features in APTARE 10.6 and the NetBackup item level visibility, which is an extension to our existing file analytics, is what has been added. So, we have been receiving a lot of requirements wherein customers would wanted to see the granular details of the data which has been backed up using NetBackup. So, and few other problems, what they are trying to solve is how do I visualize or identify still and non-business data, understand who the file owners are, the location, the usage, and as well as which will help me in my use cases like where I would drive the migrations or I would like to optimize my data protection policies. And this also could help me in detecting or identifying potential ransomware file types using this one. So the solution what we have come up is like we will be using our existing NetBackup data collection policies, which will collect information from the NetBackup catalog, which is the metadata of the backed up data, which will help you to view all the file information, and it will give the details regarding the file last backup time, the backup policies, the path, the extensions. Extension is really important, especially to detect these ransomware kind of files, the size of the files, and when it was creation, when it was last modified. So here is a simpler view of the same thing. So essentially, what APTARE does is that it discovers all the host which has been backed up by the NetBackup and scans those backup images and extracts the files that were backed up along with their metadata from the respective NetBackup master or management server using the catalogs. And those data is ingested in or persisted in the APTARE database, and that's where we, using the APTARE's algorithms, we generate those reports or visualization. So primarily to give you those outcomes like the storage and backup optimizations, ransomware detections, and the how you can mitigate the risks based out of this data what you get from NetBackup.
This sounds really exciting, Rajiv. Uh, it will be helpful if you can show a few sample reports around the file analytics feature.
Absolutely. So that's exactly what I had in my next slides. So if you can see on the screen, we have a report which talks about to identify stale data. So here you could see the file level details uh, like the creation time, the access time, and the modified time, which will help you to further solve use cases with respect to data protection, what files can be in the inclusion list or in the exclusion list. You can identify the file count or size, and you can also export the item level details. We also have another report on a similar lines, which actually categorizes the files by the extension. So we do have some predefined extensions, which is And further, you can customize and add extensions. Like, for example, if you have some new newly discovered or file extensions which could be a potential ransomware, you can identify it and filter it out, seeing those things. You can understand the use, what you call, of those files, what kind of capacity, what kind of files they are, which application owns it, and the file counts. And as I mentioned, you can also export all this data, or you can export all these items, the metadata, using some filtering mechanism based out of the file categories, the date range, the file names, into a CSV file, which can be further used.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for talking to me, pertaining to some key highlights about the file analytics enhancements. And I'm sure it will be of great help to our users as well. Thanks for watching.